Turn me up.
Let's do it. You're rocking out with X360 FM.
We stay turned up.
Your favorite radio station.
Rocking all through the streets.
Keep it on lock. It's X in effect. Full circle.
Hey, listen.
Are you ready for the ride of your life?
Turn this up.
Revolutionary. Remarkable.
That's right.
It's the one and only Embodiment Underground Radio with Maureen Guest and the hottest team in radio.
And you're listening to
Who's that?
It's X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Do not attempt to adjust your radio. We have taken control. That's right. You are live and in the mix with Maureen Guest on Embodiment Underground Radio. Less talk and more fresh sounds with indie artists of the underground. If you didn't know, now you know. It's Embodiment Underground Radio. Taking control.
It's another exclusive, only from Embodiment Underground Radio.
X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Hold up. It's your boy Wolfgang Jock, and I'm rocking with the livest Embodiment Underground Radio Show. Let's win.
But I'm talking about the Westcoast Kam. This can is
X in
very consistent
effect.
about a very consistent message.
Vulture, boy. You's a
About our
vulture,
culture
boy.
and recognize your culture,
Parasite on my
vulture.
culture.
Never bending.
You just a vulture, boy. A vulture.
All money
boy.
ain't good money.
Ain't no devil KV ever steal my joy. If you a mental dead king or a queen that got the darkest gene, and they gon' try to pick your carcass clean. Trademark your dream and Shark Tank your thing. Take off and fly right to the bank. Thanks to you under they wing. Business partner, see the street is what you marrying. You just what these real predators eat. You just carrying. That's roadkill, a cold deal. Side effects be varying. This virus is the flesh eater. It ain't no vegetarian. Vultures are the coaches trying to rise eyebrows. They don't want it when they hunted by these wise old owls. Finna learn to keep the NOI name out your mouth. And it lies about far kind inside your bowel. Best you just a motherfucker. Guess inside our house. Fake identity jackets, blood suckers of our style. Cracker trying to call foul on facts like y'all rest. All the while y'all responsible for thousands of these black deaths and black thefts. Preaching to the choir, damn lies. Anti-Semitic, parasitic, leeching vampires. Dead thugs and flicks with tuxedos. Y'all just some bed bugs, fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes. So I'm repelling you the brave-hearted street way. Hip-hop, silver, garlic, and slave deep spray. Hey DJ, won't you play my song? A lot of niggas ain't gon' say this shit cause they not strong. You's a vulture, boy. Just a vulture, boy.
All money ain't good money.
Parasite of my culture, boy. You's a vulture, boy. A vulture, boy. Can't no devil KV ever steal my joy. Is she a vulture bird? A vulture bird. A Jezebel of this culture. You heard she a vulture bird. A vulture bird. That's right. Can't no devil ever change my word. Yeah, I ain't messing with this vulture. Yeah, my so-called cult. We the essence of this culture. Ready to dope. I ain't no rapping slave hand. This is the Incredible Hulk versus Captain Caveman. You know them chosen people clothes don't fit. That's why you call the God prophecy some bozo shit. That's how your nose gon' split. Get you slid oh so quick, like Ricky Rose did you. Update my promo kit. Since you be always dropping names, I got you fame and cash. Get some clout off of this knockout. Shout out Damon Dad. Yeah, your race came last. You just a baby playing hopscotch. Original cave. Up out of here, Sasquatch. You's a vulture, boy. Just a vulture,
All money
boy.
ain't good money.
A parasite of my culture, boy. You's a vulture, boy. A vulture, boy. Can't no devil KV ever steal my joy. Is she a vulture bird? A vulture bird. A Jezebel of this culture. You heard she a vulture bird. A vulture bird. Can't no devil ever change my word.
Not everybody's cut from the same cloth. But those that are with us. Cheers. Let's go. The Eastern and the West is in the house. Let's go. The Eastern and the West is in the house. Let's go. The East and the West is in the house. Shout out to
IMS. Mimi. Anai. Keena. Mako girls. Mako girls.
She's the type of shorty other shorties gotta watch. But I ain't flexing cause I got that love on lock. Always checking for him all the time around the clock. No cap about it, yeah, I got his love on lockdown.
Mako girls. And Keenan. Mako girls.
Who's that?
It's X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Keys on the track.
It's another exclusive, only from Embodiment Underground Radio.
Drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol. Big bang, figures, and I ain't signed no tuition. Big gun, triggers, all of my shooters official. Drop top, drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol. Hold up, rewind, my big got the biggest of behind. Got up, got mine.
X in effect.
Can't stop, my shine. Know that I bang off the big five. You not my kind. Little nigga know that I'm big time. Bitches with their ass out. GG on me swagged out. Let her take the car. I told her baby to cash out. Talking shit don't spaz out. Don't know why they mad now. Put up in the phone. I pull up and pull the bag out. VV's on me splashed out. Don't care about no tag now.
X in
my
effect.
brother that we ain't gotta bang off brand now. Car go real fast now. And all my bitches juicy. I came up off looses. Now I'm in the stew with Tusi. Big bang, figures, and I ain't signed no tuition. Big gun, triggers, all of my shooters official. Drop top, drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol. Big bang, figures, and I ain't signed no tuition. Big gun, triggers, all of my shooters official. Drop top, drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol.
Hey, like no cap, this bitch. Yeah, so hard, I had to let it breathe for a little bit. See what I'm saying? Nigga really gonna rock out. Yeah. And I'm in this bitch with she say she like a nigga with a belly, so I bought belly. Yeah. We got two hoes in the room, I'ma kick them both out of the telly. Yeah. I got a big Drake when it's true, I bet you see confetti. Yeah. They be like Tusi, never outside, cause I like Fetty. Yeah. Chopper it sing like a reggaeton. I like the cheese like provolone. Up in my city, I open door. Up at the back of the sprinter with 30 hoes. Belly got double G's, I'm in the double G, packing the mail, that's my long. Don't even bust it open, cause as soon as it get here, I bet it pack me on. They knew it that 40, I got beyond. I hang with shooters, so watch it on. My shooter like Reese, a Reaper, a creeper, a creep. Fire block the 10 sold. Spin the block 3 times, that's deal I sold. 10 bands for the ops, nigga, he got sold. Big gun is gon' harmonize when it bust, make a nigga ass dance like he got sold. No cat.
Big bang, figures, and I ain't signed no tuition. Big gun, triggers, all of my shooters official. Drop top, drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol. Big bang, figures, and I ain't signed no tuition. Big gun, triggers, all of my shooters official. Drop top, drop off, then I pull off in the physical. Run up if you willing, watching it put on the pistol.
It's X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Now I mean you. Crank that song. Now what?
X in effect.
All right, you guys, you're now locked into the Embodiment Underground Radio. We want to thank everyone for listening in. Make sure you keep those apps on lock. We are on the air Monday through Saturday from 6 o'clock until 7. Also, following our show today, make sure you stay locked in, because following this show, we have Breaking Beats that's going to be airing live this evening with DJ B.O.D., Brother of Destiny. He's a really seasoned DJ, I might add. I like how he brings out the turntables.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a master on those turntables and crossfaders. That he's definitely cutting and scratching.
Got the quick fingers.
Man, he got a good little thing going now. Good little rhythm, good little music choice is great. Hey, hats off to B.O.D.
Oh yeah, shout out to B.O.D. And you guys, we have several DJ mid shows with X360 FM. Just check them out. Follow our station on X360 FM. You can find it on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find the Embodiment Underground Radio on all social media platforms. And so we have a nice lineup of shows, talk shows. We have the Cheryl Underwood Show that starts off Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. And they're primarily a talk show. They cover everything from sports to politics, to HBCUs. They cover a great deal, and celebrity talk. So just check them out. 7 o'clock. If you're up early in the morning getting that cup of coffee, just make sure you get those apps downloaded. Also, you can also get us on your smart home device, which is Alexa. Just say Alexa, start XFM. Well, guys, you know we're going to have a really interesting show today. We have 2 interviews. And we're going to start off with our first interview around 6:10. So keep everything on lock. We have King Belai, and I hope he'll correct me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So you guys stay locked in. We have a few more minutes before we have our interview. And so we got a nice lineup. So what do we have coming up on our hit list?
Well, we got What You Got and Live Forever.
All right, you guys stay locked in. You're now listening to the Embodiment Underground Radio. This is your host, Maureen Guest.
Mondo J.
And your boy Sick out here, man. But, you know, let me holler at y'all now. We talked about DJ BOD 1 second, man. Now, we got some more DJs that's kind of funky out here, too. So.
Oh, yeah, we'll be talking about them.
You want to talk about other DJ names?
Yeah, I'm going to bring them up. I want to get this interview in real quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give them a shout out. It dawned on me, trust me. You got some telepathy over there.
Okay, let's do it.
You're taking control, folks.
Let's do it. You're rocking out with X360 FM.
Let's do it. I motivate the whole hood, nigga, you heard me. Y'all nigga, all the little kid wanna be like me, nigga. All the niggas in the trap proud of me, nigga, you heard me. I come from that block, I can't get enough. I dropped out of school cause I wasn't good enough. Nigga drop your dot and they pullin' up. Automatic gloss, we can't get enough. You ain't really this. I came up from nothing, what's the hate about? I come from the hood,
only from it's another exclusive, only from Embodiment Underground Radio.
I'm in safe mode, fuck you ain't hoe. Got a house on the hill, you need a gate code. And if I feel like you're a squirrel, you get your face blow. And nigga, you get squirrel, you get your face blow. And nigga, this the real deal, this ain't no makeover. Catch you on your high horse, little nigga, yo. Everywhere I go, they taking pictures and they style. I came up, I took my own way, then use a map. Better leave the street, cause you'll die, that shit a trap. Screw Raven, I put faith in 380s. I ain't no gang, you can't play me, baby. Too late, can't save me, baby. Niggas can't relate, yeah, I mean. You ain't seen the thing that I seen. Didn't go to class, I didn't need it. I end up trying to my dreams. I come from that block, I can't get enough. I dropped out of school cause I wasn't good enough. Nigga drop your dot and they pullin' up. Automatic gloss, we can't get enough. You ain't really this. I came up from nothing, what's the hate about? I come from the hood, I gotta make it out. Niggas want me dead, they wanna take me out. It's too late to turn back, I can't escape it now. Yo, hard to adapt. I went hard in that trap. I took my heart off of my sleeve and left my heart in my lap. I took that pain from the streets and put that pain in my raps. No jewelry looking cloudy, you said water, but it tell. You do not live that. Bring my nigga shooter, he got a door, he can appeal that. I just speak the facts in my song, they gotta feel that. And if a nigga play just like a orange, get your shit peeled back. Top shot.
Only from Embodiment Underground Radio.
Leave out the house and go pick your Glock up, yo. Just like a show, my niggas will pop up. I come from that block, I can't get enough. I dropped out of school cause I wasn't good enough.
All right, you guys, that was Cash Talk. I like that cut. I really, really do. And shout out to Cash Talk. We're gonna spin that a little bit longer. I like the message behind that. You know, it's okay. It's okay. A lot of times people think you can't be thought provoking. He's hard. He got a little hardness about himself, and he knows he's conveying a message.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So I like anything that's going to be thought provoking and thinking. Not even thought-provoking, but just talking about all of the good artists that we are fortunate to have come our way. And I can say that we're just grateful for all the artists that shares their talents with us. And for that reason, we have an interview. We have King Belly on the line, and we're gonna find out a little bit about what's going on with King Belly. King Belly, you there, and can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
All right. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good on the road right now, but I'm doing good.
I can hear you on the road. You be safe out there on that road now. You paying attention to the road. So, we want you to just be, really, really focused. Now, where are you from, King Belly? You're not from the ATL, are you?
No, I'm out from North Carolina.
You're from North Carolina. Okay. What part of North Carolina are you from? Okay, all right. Well, we played your song. We started your song off at the beginning of the show. I'm not really sure if you just locked in for the interview, if you listened to when we first started the show, but we did play your show, and we did look at your YouTube video also. So you guys make sure you go out there and follow King Belly. And real quickly, King Belly, before I get into all these questions and just learn a little bit more about you, let the listeners know where they can find you.
Right now, you can find me on all platforms. It's KIEGBELI music, all platforms.
Okay, all right. And you are an independent artist, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. What is your goal as in retrospect to that? Because artists have different aspirations. A lot of times their goal is to become mainstream. Some they would like to remain independent. Sometimes they kind of you can do a little bit of both. You can I've seen where artists can be independent, go mainstream, and they'll go back to their own record label or another independent label. What is your desire as far as how you want to drive your artistry? Would you want to remain independent, or are you looking to go mainstream, or even maybe get a distribution deal? What is it you got your eyes on? What prize that you have your eyes on?
Well, as far as about independent, but in the future, I would looking at a distribution deal or something on that hill.
Okay. Your distribution deals,
So
it
helps.
helps.
Deal. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's good,
good.
and remain independent at the same time. I like that. Now, from my understanding, you're rather new to the industry as an artist. Is that correct?
That is correct. I am new to the music.
Okay, I can barely hear you, Belly. I'm trying my best to. These ears are piercing over here, but I think we can make this thing happen. Now, how long have you been rapping or a hip hop artist? I don't know how. Everyone has a preference on how they like to be referred to, but how long have you been doing music as a hip hop artist?
I've been rapping about 10 years. It started off as freestyles, which is posting social media here and there, videos, but now it's turned into something different. So it's been about 10 years.
Okay, so you ready to bring King Belly out to the public and see what you're working with? What prompted you to after 10 years to get yourself out there? What led you to this point?
Really my story. Everybody got a different story, but that's what makes you better to game whatever with this whole music industry. You can put it easy on the beat, you can do all different things. So that's one of the main things, my story, that made me really turn up towards the music.
Yeah, cool, man. We were checking out, man. This Silk, by the way, man. We were checking out the track, man, and I have to say, man, I enjoyed the beat and the production of the track. It sounds really clean, man, and it's a beat that you can kind of you can groove to and everything. You can really get into it, man. But yeah, you're right though. Your story makes you unique to your own craft and everything, and there's always room for another story out here because it's as the old school would just say, it's 8 million stories out here in this rap game. So yeah, man, what you got coming up next?
Well, right now it's up everywhere, but next it's up too. It's on the way. I got the mixtape on the way.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, as an artist, because this particular track, what was the name of that track again?
It was Coach. No, it was Big Bang King.
Big Bang King. Now I kind of look at that one as like a party type.
Yeah, Big Bang.
That's like a party type track there, right, King Belly? Because a lot of times I ask artists when because they actually like to highlight certain. Is that a new release? The Big Bank, is that a new release? King Belly.
It is a new release.
Okay.
The first mixtape.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of times when we do interviews, we always like to highlight that most newest release. We like to kind of start to show off and let the listeners know, the artists in which we're dealing with as far as interview wise. And let me. What was your function behind that track? Because I got it. You just is this a nice party vibe? And that's from what I gather. Was that something you was that more like a party vibe that you're putting out there to your fans?
Yes, it was. As I was making it, I heard the beat and I was thinking, like, how can I get people? It's already a beat that can make people move.
Yeah.
And like he said, it can make people move. And the type beat it was. So my intention was to make it to where it can be that. Even the song, or the lyrics towards the beat, can make you move, do a local dance, any dance.
Okay.
So maybe motivate people to move. I see what it did.
All right, I like that. Well, look, now you do have a few things coming up. Now, do you intend on coming to the Atlanta area anytime soon?
Speaking of it, I'm just not leaving Atlanta.
Oh, you're just now reaching Atlanta?
I'm just not leaving. I gotta come back.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay. Oh man, we could have had you at the station, huh? All right.
I'm just not leaving out.
Okay, so how did you?
I will be back.
You will be back. Okay, all right. We'd like to see you. Now, how did you enjoy your stay here? Were you here on business purposes, or I'm sure you were. How did we treat you here in the ATL?
Yeah, I came out here on business, and it was turned up. I mean, I popped out at Orange one year. They 1 year anniversary at Ace Club. The club popped out there for Orange. Seen my homegirl Remy. Went out there, had a good time. Performed out there. So the time up here was fun.
Okay. All right. Now, being a new artist, and you're traveling to the ATL, because again, we have goals and aspirations. Is everything following its course so far? And sometimes you miss a hit. Sometimes we end up taking a different route than what we perceive to be, how we would like to see things go. So far, so good as far as staying the course with your music. What are some of the stumbling blocks that you're experiencing, if any, at this time as a new artist? And what would you say to all those artists out there that are just starting and they're really, really working hard to get their music to the next level?
One thing that I can say to a lot of artists jumping on, trying to get out there. Do not think that hop in this industry and get a little bit of fame, maybe local fame, and just get comfortable. Because it's always a standard work. You can't. There ain't no sitting down. Like, I thought I was coming in here, oh snap, I'm rapping, people hearing me, they liking me. I'm chilling. I'm living life. No, it's not none of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna come in here, you gonna work. If you gonna come in here, you gonna strive. If you gonna come in here, you gonna do what you gonna do. You gonna rap. So a lot of people don't do the same thing you do.
Absolutely. So yeah, definitely never get comfortable, and I think that can be applicable to a whole lot of different things out there. With anyone who has any type of particular goal. So I agree with you, King Belly.
Hey man, I see your song "Juiced Up" with Rennie. I can tell you inspired by the Hot Boys. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of oldest generations. Oldest generations is what got me.
Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, I know this song is. I was like, I know you got a sample from back in the juvenile days.
Oh yeah. So the old schoolers, is that those are your influencers? Is that what you stated, King Belly?
Yeah, the older generation music, like early, like late 90s, early 2000s. That's what really my inspiration.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, King Belly, you on that road. We're not going to keep you too much longer, but before you go, once again, I want you to let the listeners know and your fans, well, the fans know how to find you. You know they're going to find you. But let the listeners know how they can find you and if there's anything coming up that that they need to be privy to.
Yes, sir. Once again, you can find me on everything, everywhere at King Belly Music. KINGBELI Music, everywhere, anywhere. It's up, out right now on platforms. Juice Up, out right now on platforms featuring Rennie Rucci, BWA. It's Up 2 on the way.
All right, okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for taking the time out of speaking with us today. Safe travels to back to your hometown, and we hope to meet you soon, okay?
Be safe.
All right, baby.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all having me.
All right, thank you. It's our pleasure.
All right, keep that banging music coming, brother. We looking out for you.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Plenty more on the way.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
Okay, you guys. That was King Belly. Thank you for locking in. He's headed back, so I didn't want to, make sure he can stay focused on the road. He has some things coming up, and I like his perspective to never get comfortable. And again, that can be applied in so many ways as it pertains to life. And again, I totally 100% unequivocally agree with that. I think everyone can agree to that. So absolutely. And sometimes that local fame, it just depends how far you want to drive your brand, and sometimes people get locally known. They start thinking they're universally celebrities and things of that nature. But it just depends how you want to drive it. Everyone has different types of goals that they would like to meet when it comes to that.
Right. And I think that he's pretty intelligent. I guess
young man,
young guy here and everything. And I was, hearing the track, man, I was impressed about it. Just the way that particular track was flowing, how it sounded really relevant. It sounded fresh. Mm-hmm. So it sounded like something that you can hear on the radio coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of good music and an amazing artist. Well, he's just starting out, so it's no telling which way that he will go with this. But he's just starting out.
Let's say he's been in the game for 10 years.
For 10 years, but he's just coming out to the public. He's trying to drive it now.
Right, just laying it down.
Yeah. So he, I guess some people start when they just learn how to rap. But it's all good. We have our own reasons as to why we do things. So again, shout out to King Belly. We wish you well and much success with your music. And you guys, make sure you go out and follow him. But we're going to go ahead and take a really quick music break. We have another interview that's going to be calling in a matter of a few minutes at the bottom of the hour. We're going to take a really quick music break. And what do we have, Mondo, on that hit list?
Oh, we got Things You Say, Push, and Suffocation.
All right, you guys stay locked in. You're now listening to the Embodiment Underground Radio, and we have taken control.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
Ay! Diablo, it's your boy Alo the Radio God, and I'm here with Embodiment Underground Radio. Stay locked in. You already know what it is. Turn up!
Say you want to touch it. It's just, girl, I love your passion. Wanna grow a family like the Jacksons. When it comes to movies, girl, you fuck with that action. Funny, your words really give me the satisfaction. From the jump, you told me you got your own, so I cashed in. Look, she's independent. Yeah. I am a witness. Black queen, power by fitness. I know her ex nigga mad, but to her it's all forgiven. It's cause she moved on. 2-bedroom apartment, new futon. Sage music and lights, she set a new on. Only time she's turned off is when the news on. When the news on. When the news on. When the news on. Hey girl, cut that news off. And stop your stressing. Every day that we live, God has a message. She looked at me with tears and the question, enough black kings have died, what's the lesson? What's the lesson? What's the lesson? What's the lesson? You don't think we learned our lesson? That could've been you, she muttered. As she held back her cries, they had to kill me too. I'll be right by your side. I mean, the day you're like, oh, I could be the day that you die. And I don't need no phone calls, I don't need that surprise. No, babe, I get it. You concerned about me, but listen, I can't live life scared of some cops tripping. I'm focused on building a house and a pool you can dip in. She smiled and laughed as she wiped her eyes. Just promise me if you ever stop that you'll comply. It's fuck 12, but for you I put my pride aside. But I remain silent, I ain't really talking to them guys. I ain't snitching, little shrimps out here, but they be out here tired. They can tell on they homie and shit, bro. I got you, Sean, bro. O'Shea, y'all my niggas, I ain't gon' tell them, y'all. You gon' tell them me, baby? So I fuck with you. Yeah, girl, you so passionate, pro-African, weed advocate, wanna have a kid, I go half on it. Girl, you ever sick, called it referent, no need for references. Girl, it's evident you took my heart, no need for evidence. Ain't nobody got my back like my queen do. Not my homies, not my cousins, but she do. If I'm your man, I'ma treat you like my equal. You understand you with the plan, girl, I need you. Ain't nobody got my back like my queen do. Not my homies, not my cousins, but she do. If I'm your man, I'ma treat you like my equal. You understand you with the plan, girl, I need you. Shine, you a fool for this one. Yeah. Damn. This shit hard.
You're rocking with DJ T Mix on X360 FM.
The Sean Sinatra Show, take one house.
I find it kinda suspicious. I've been down my whole life, so I know it's only up with it. Superfly on some 7D shit. Got your girl singing on the knees, shit. No luck, I ain't never seen it. All grind, some time and some better reasons. Sunshine and some better seasons. No lie when I say
Well, the first thing I want to say is
I came in the door, 1984. Paint on the wall, got chased by the law. Once got stole in the face for the flow. Was never given the zone, had to create my own. It's plain as the nose on my face that I placed to the stone. Had to make my claim to the throne. Ain't no mistaking the sacred in its tone. I lead a new name by which greatness is known. Y'all act like it's a new sport. You're too inexperienced, your teeth are too short. Every culture has a right to passage. You wanna bypass it and sell me your practice. One for the lunch money. I don't run from you punch drunk dummies. I invite y'all to come from me. I set up shop hungry when it wasn't sunny. I'll be here long after y'all are done humping. Talk to me when you've done something other than swing back and forth from hating and nut hugging. No, all criticism isn't constructive. Some need to be destructed, just done with. And either you retire to the sideline or embrace this timeless grind with your eyes wide open. But you gon' have to earn them accolades. A&T gon' take y'all back to base one.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
1, 2, 3, yes, yes, y'all. You don't stop. Come alive, A&T, and give me what you got. Brother Ali, rock shot the house. We most definitely. We about to turn shit out, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. You don't dare stop. Come alive, A&T, and give me what you got. Brother Ali, rock shot in the house. We most definitely. I feel now, I just got to rock. Y'all ain't heard nothing, I gave you your first lesson. But what you discussing over the percussion, you'll ne'er compare to me. You a parody, repeating what you hear fly through the airways carelessly. The meaning get lost in translation. You a copy of the author's first page. Counterfeit money, you only get it in small denominations. You'll never be prominent face of your imitation. Equal saccharine.
Who's that?
It's X in effect.
Oh yeah.
Full circle.
All right, you guys, you're now locked into the Embodiment Underground Radio. I like those cuts. I love those cuts. Yeah, that was what is that? That was What You Got by Brother Ali.
Brother Ali,
it's a hard hitter.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. I like that.
That's a hard hitter. I like that. Yeah, shout out to Brother Ali. Prior to that, Things You Say by Just Jr., produced by what is his name? Sean Sinatra.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a nice young producer. He's putting it out there. You guys make sure you find him on social media.
Got skills, man.
He has, definitely. And that's,
yeah.
I think it's spelled SHVN. You know, the trending way how they're spelling things these days. But again, that was Just Jr. And then I think we had Cash Talk. Was that Cash Talk? He was here. I think we interviewed him about 2 weeks ago. Shout out to Cash Talk. I like that vibe. Keep doing what you're doing. Wishing all of you guys just much success. And speaking of success, we have someone who's joining us right now who knows about success. And we have him here today with us. We have the Westcoast Kam. I want to say he's hanging out with us in the building, but hey, we got him on the phone. We'll take it how we can get.
What's up?
How are you, Kam? How are
and
you?
the COVID.
Yeah.
I'm good, Queen, and my Embodiment Radio family. I'm good. Get my social distancing on, but I'm in the building though with you.
But it's COVID not stopping our show, is it? We making things happen regardless.
Nah, I ain't stopping nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's making us listen more. Actually, it's making us tune in more.
You know what? We are listening more nowadays, aren't we? It is forcing us. It's forcing us to use all of our five senses. You know? And
that's real.
Yeah, it's real, yes. And speaking of real, you the real deal too, Westcoast Kam. You have a very attractive record here. I hate to say bio, that sounds so corporate. But yeah, we like what we're seeing and what we're reading, and you have lots of collaborations. You're doing some big things, and we're just really, really impressed by it all. You've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a veteran. I'm something like a professional in this now. You know, if you've been at something almost 30 years, if you ain't become a master at it, then something is very wrong. I've been at this. I started
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And speaking,
I started in Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, this is all about you. I'm just gonna silence myself. Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just for those that might not be aware, because you know I'm from the West Coast, the '90s generation. With you know, I started with Ice Cube on Boys in the Hood movie soundtrack with a single called Every Single Weekend, and in 1992 and '93 with the Blood and Crip Gang Truce theme song in Los Angeles after the Rodney King verdict, which was called Peace Treaty. So, you know, I go back to that area. I mean, that era, I should say, in that area, the West Coast, Los Angeles area. So, you know, that's kind of where, you know, those that's on the west side of the United States, you know, kind of know about me. And then, you know, maybe around the late '90s, you know, me and Cube had or mid '90s had a little falling out, and then I put a record out. Only disc record really I ever did called Whoop Whoop, where all my East Side riders at Whoop Whoop. So that was a big record. Since then, of course, me and Cube is cool.
Hey now.
You know, yeah.
I love it. And you
but just so the people know. Yeah.
And you've done some major collaborations, and you know what? We need a whole hour to really go over your history, but you got some you got some really big hitters here. I mean, anywhere from Snoop Dogg to KRS-One, and when I just think of KRS-One, I just get chills. Because I mean, he's just so thought-provoking. It's ridiculous, and I love my thought-provoking artists. You know what I mean? And that Public Enemy. I mean, the list can go on and on. So
it goes on and on.
This is mad crazy.
I'm the West Coast version of those brothers.
Those are all platinum artists. That's all you got. Platinum artists, right there.
Yeah. And you know what I like about your music, Kam? Thus far from what I've heard, I like how you go hard and it's thought-provoking. You know, it makes people go, you know, because I'm old school, and I don't know if it's if it's noticeable or not, but and I find myself preaching on the airwaves. I try not to, but I like anything that's thought-provoking, and the new, and we got some, the new era is good. It's different. It's different, and I've adjusted, but I want to see more. I do feel as if thought-provoking lyricism has I think it's coming back, but it left for a minute. What since you're from the you're a veteran, you know you're a veteran in this game. What are your thoughts about music today, hip hop today? Because I know it's still alive and well, but what are your thoughts on hip hop as it stands today in the present?
Commercially is lacking. Commercially is lacking nutrition. You know, it's junk. It's a lot of sweet tasting. You know, but it's still, you know, even the young hip hop and rap artists today, like that's on the underground or that really are, you know, that got something to say. It's not a shortage of them. They alive and well. The media choose to focus on and what they want to push, which is not conscious music at all. But the production is fire. Like, you know, the production is better than it ever was. So that's, you know, music is a vibe, and that's what they, you know, we move off of the energy and the passion and the emotion of how the music make us feel anyway. But by design, they take that, they take that passion and that feeling and that vibe and put some meaningless lyrics on it to direct us, piper us in a direction that they want us to go. That's what the commercial hip hop does. That's how they've been, you know, able to hijack the art form. But you know, we still do what we do, and I think the internet is helping it come back.
Right. That's
yeah. And you know, and I think with this shift that we're going through with this, you know, and I try not to give it too much attention, but again, I don't want to be oblivious to it. You know, with the COVID and everything that's going on in our society, this is a shift, and this is a shift that, you know, that we're going to have to jump on board. And and dealing with the independent artists for several years now, because I exclusively support the independent artists, and I always let people know, you know, that it doesn't mean that you're not successful because you're independent. You're just you are independent. I think that's the most power that one can have. I think this shift is going to give the independent artists, I think it's their time. I really feel like this is their time, because a lot of things are unfolding. And you feel me, right, Cam? You know where I'm leading up to. A lot of things is definitely unfolding.
Definitely.
All right. And
yeah, man. You know.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said it like that, man, because I can see that you're conscious of what's going on in the industry as well as what's going on in the underground, and that's what's happening, man. And you're keeping your ear down to the ground, man. And we enjoyed that track you had, man. That was really nice, man. Nice something like you said, something nutritious for your ear and for your soul, man. So that's where the vibe is, and we're glad to hear that, man. We're glad you're out here trying to get this thing done.
It's like, I mean, I heard the Queen just say, you know, that she old school. We not old school. That, you know, just because you experience, that don't make you old. That just make you, you know, wiser, or like, you know, finer or stronger or whatever. Even though we got our own age group or demographic. I don't necessarily make records for the teenagers, but I know that they'll be able to understand it, you know, if they get interested in it or whatever. But the beat and the music and all of that is what's universal. Yeah. The message, you know, can be a little too preachy if you don't know how to put it together right. But I'm a street dude, so I've never been a preacher in my life. So any knowledge or any wisdom, whatever, I'm gonna put it in hood language anyway. So they can kind of, you know, I guess that's what kept me kind of relevant to this point.
Absolutely. And even though that you're using street language, it's still thought provoking, because you know, a lot of times when I'm dealing with the artists and trying to get music on the airways, I let them know we're actually running a campaign, Conscious Vibrations. We're actually campaigning for more thought provoking music, and often independent artists, they misconstrue that as, you know, sometimes expressing yourself forcefully, which I can do sometimes, and I do like, and I do have a knack for hard music, and I try to explain to people, and I like how you expounded on that as far as old school, and I like that perspective, so thank you for that. But you can be thought-provoking whether your language is from the streets, you know, whether you're expressing yourself a certain way forcefully, or you want to do it gracefully. You know, if you want to scream it, it just has to be thought provoking, and I appreciate that. Now are you nation? You're now I don't get into, you know, beliefs and all that, because that's a whole nother show. Yeah. But you're Nation of Islam, and you guys are definitely thought provoking. Definitely thought provoking. Oh yeah, yes,
and definitely controversial, but it's not from a quote unquote religious, you know, ghost story, spooky, traditional, whatever perspective. our religion, the definition in the nation, if anybody that's familiar, the word Islam to us means science and mathematics. It means mathematics. It means provable truth.
Yes.
Something that you can always prove in no limited time. So it's not about ghost stories. It's not about a hearsay. It's not about mystery this and mystery that. We anti that. We believe that God is in the human being. You know what I'm saying? So that the only Holy Ghost is your mind or your thoughts. We don't believe in no external. So the power of God is in the man and the man and woman. So just to clear that up, because a lot of people think religion gonna send you off into a whole other subject matter or whatever, a whole other dimension. We're not into that.
We'll have to have you the tables on that when we can spend a good hour, good old conversation. But yeah, definitely, go inward. You'll find God if you just seek inward, I like that. It's just a reality of time. It's everything, time, space, and reality, and that's basically what that is. So so I think that's amazing. If anything exists after you physically die, we'll find out when we get there. But we'll find out.
Reality and nature teach me to just master where I'm at. I can't worry about where I was before I got here or where I'm gonna be after. That same principle applies if you treat people good right here where you're at while you're alive. Do unto others as you want done unto you, and treat people the way you want to be treated, then you'll get a good reward right here while you live. So that's what I'm about.
Precisely. Yeah. Let's talk about this. And this is a new release, right? Culture Vultures. That is a new release, correct?
Yeah. That's brand new. That's fresh off of. We going from positivity and spirituality to the enemy, right? To enemy behavior. Right?
That's right. Culture Vultures. Now that brings that that resonates with me. Let's talk about Culture Vultures. What prompted that, and it kind of speaks for itself. But explain that for me as far as Culture Vultures and what type of message are you hoping that your listeners?
It's actually related. Yeah, it's actually related to what we were just talking about, which is the Nation of Islam leader at right now, which is Minister Farrakhan. This past summer on July 4th, he gave a big public address, to the world.
I watched the whole thing, Cam. I watched the whole thing.
Right, and you know what I'm saying. So it was a lot of controversy around that, and in particular, one sentence or phrase that he was talking about, that Vlad from DJ Vlad TV misquoted intentionally or cut his quote off and used the sound bite where he was talking about all righteous people should pick up a rock and stone Satan. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And and he was saying that the Satans in this case, in this specific context that he was talking about was the Bible, where it said Jesus said that everyone who says they're Jews are not Jews, you know what I'm saying, and they're not Jews, but they're in fact the synagogue of Satan. So he was making a distinction between the imposter or the false Jews that say they're Jews, but they actually promote degradation and pornography and black people killing, gang banging and gangster rap and pimping and hoeing and So he was specifying those Zionists or whatever that claim to be Jewish media owners and record label owners and that were actually going against the Jewish religion or what the laws of Moses or whatever. So he was specifying those characters. He wasn't talking about the Orthodox, the white Jewish brothers and sisters that really believe in the faith. And we never had no problem with them. We had a great relationship, spiritual brothers in the faith. He was talking about these specific characters that are responsible for spreading the negative, self-destructive, animal, gangbanger, monster images of black males and prostitute, image of black women or whatever, those characters right there. So, he specifically was saying, when you see them, you're supposed to call them out. You're supposed to pick up the stone of truth and hurl it at them, expose them. But DJ Vlad, intentionally, him being, I guess, one of those media people now from that camp,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
souls get ratings.
He got his whole claim to fame off of promoting black male in particular gang activity, or criminal activity, or first 48 self-snitching interviews, like, probing them and asking questions that don't have nothing to do with music, just, So once he crossed that line, when he had an interview with D.L. Hughley, and he brought that misquote of Minister Farrakhan up and said that Farrakhan said that, when you see Jews, you're supposed to pick up a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, suggesting he was talking about physically and literally hitting Jewish people with a rock.
Oh, wow.
So, and he was talking to D.L. Hughley, and he was trying to lead D.L. Hughley on to side with him against Farrakhan, So when I saw that, I immediately jumped on my social media, my IG, and went live and called Vlad out, and I called D.L. Hughley out a little bit for even believing that little demon on face value, just taking his word and letting him, bait him in like that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But
I called him out.
I called him out publicly because he made that error, that intentional slander publicly on his platform, where he got like 4 million followers or whatever. So that's a real dangerous thing for him to continue to push that narrative. That's a false narrative. So aired him out. He tried to hit my DM later on that night around 12 or 12:30 at night. Thought I was asleep or something. Had a little brief interaction in the DM, and I told him, you got 1 hour. I don't care what time it is. You got 1 hour to make a public formal apology. You know what I'm saying, to Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, and to black people in general and your fans. And he didn't want to do it, so I was like, okay, well. We verbally speaking, you're my enemy. I'm about to handle you like an enemy verbally. So that's where the Culture Vulture record first started.
Yeah. Vlad always getting himself in the hot seat with something. That's how they get the numbers up. Yeah.
I like this.
The propaganda, fake news. Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening even now. They take a speech or they take a scenario, what's on video, and they chop it up, and they want us to hear and see what they think they want us to hear and see, so that we can be in the mindset of living this, having this slave mentality, and they want us angry at the world, just living in the past and not being victoriously living in the future. And so, Vlad, no, he need. He
wrong, Vlad. You're wrong, Vlad.
Yeah, he wrong. You see, I'm stuttering. I can't. I'm trying to censor myself here on the airway. Yeah. So I'm glad you called him out on that. But he stay in the hot seat. Vlad stay in the hot seat all the time.
Always do. Yeah. Well, he ain't been in no hot seat like this. This is a different hot seat. This is a real.
That was the hottest seat that he was ever in.
It's just begun. It's just begun.
Oh,
we're not nowhere near over.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't allow that.
Yeah,
we have to literally hurl truth at falsehood until we knock out his whole brain. So until his whole get down like that is no more, then I'm on his head.
Yeah, absolutely. But I saw that entire speech. I watched it from beginning to end. I think I looked at it on Facebook Live. I had chills going through my body. He spoke. He really did.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're almost at the top of the hour, Cam. I wish I had more time, because you really have a really nice repertoire. And again, I don't want to say I'm just really astounded. You're out here. You're moving. You're shaking. You're still moving and shaking. And they say sometimes when you're impressed, we don't pay attention to the person themselves. You don't really get to know the person. But I'm inspired. I think that would be the proper terminology. And again, you with some heavy hitters. It's no doubt you're a heavy hitter yourself. So birds of a feather flock together. That's what I'm talking about. This lineup right here is amazing. So thank you for sharing just a little bit we can get out of you in such a short time. But before we close this interview out, let the listeners know if do you have any projects coming up, and again, how they can find you on social media.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank y'all for having me. Of course, you can reach me. I got a brand new album with Westcoast veteran producer and DJ Battlecat. DJ Battlecat is the producer of Snoop and Eastsiders, and Domino is a West Coast vet, just like Dr. Dre. We got a whole album together called Deep Brothers, Kam and Cat. And that's not out yet. That's coming soon. But right now, doing this COVID thing, I'm actually doing, I got a website. I'm actually doing kind of like some health mineral products or whatever that's dealing with prevention and boosting the immune system. So I have a product that I've been actually making for my family since 2008, 2009, about 11, 12 years, and that's ionic colloidal silver. It's like COVID-19 defense. For those that don't know anything about what colloidal silver is, it's nature's strongest antiviral, non-toxic, the strongest antiviral known to science, colloidal silver.
I'm familiar with it.
That's available on my.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't say it's secure because that's I'm not a medical doctor or nothing like that. But if you do your own research, you can find that on my website. My website is westcoastkam.com. Westcoast Kam with a K, K-A-M. Westcoast Kam, one word. Westcoastkam.com, and you can find me on social media everywhere at Westcoast Kam. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it.
Okay.
All right, brother. That's a good heads up, man, on that colloidal silver. There,
colloidal, we actually have it. Yeah, I'm really heavy into health and wellness, absolutely, and I'll definitely
natural.
Be definitely, and I'll be visiting your website and sending my clients over. I train also, so I'm all about that lifestyle. So this was a good interview.
I need to send you some clients too. I need to come train with you.
Come on, and I'm in the ATL now. Send them on, and I think we'll be following you. You'll get a follow from Embodiment Underground Radio, X360, and then myself. So we'll be following you, and I think you have a lot to offer. I mean, in so many ways than one. You're thought provoking. You got the good music going on, and you're taking no prisoners, and that's what I like. Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you, Queen. And Kings. And matter of fact, I'm actually doing some little real estate or some little business in ATL. So I'm constantly in Atlanta. So I can pull up on you whenever y'all ready.
Oh yeah. Let me know when you hit ATL. We'll love to have you at the station. Come on in and let's how the guys say chalk it up. I see. I'm trying to be cool.
Chop it up. Yeah.
Chop it up. Yeah, my kids say, "Mom, you try to be too cool. You don't know how to do it." But we'll chop it up. But you know what? Real quickly, Kam, I think Mondo had a question for you. I think we overtalked him. We didn't let him slide in a question real quickly.
You got good household names right behind you. I seen in collaborations you collaborated with. It's 3 names I can see, like Pot, The Game, and Kendrick Lamar. Did you ever work with them or wanted to?
I never worked with Tupac. I was supposed to on his Machiavelli album. If you look at his track list, it's a record that he had. Called The Struggle Continues that we were supposed to do together. We never got to do it. Who else did you just name?
The Game and Kendrick Lamar.
I never did nothing with Kendrick Lamar, but that's my young homie from my city next door. And as far as Game, I actually put Game in the game.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I would have loved to see Pac. Yeah. That's what I would love to see.
So if next time you talk to Game or whatever, he'll tell you. That's something that I kind of, instructed him in the beginning to keep secret because I knew how blackballed or whiteballed I was in the industry, and if anybody knew that I was that directly attached to certain artists, they would throw out the cones in the roadblocks, and he would have never got nowhere.
Right.
I actually put Game. Yeah, I put Game in the game.
Put Game on. We need a part 2 interview, Kam. So when you come to the ATL, please hit us up. Let us know. We would love to have you at the station because this is like a part 2. This is not enough time. You got too much history, and so I would love to get to know more about you.
I'm there.
Okay, our doors are wide open.
Let's set it up.
All right.
Let's set it up. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all.
Likewise. Salute, all right. You take care.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, you guys. That was Westcoast Kam. You guys, please make sure you go follow him on all social media platforms. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm loving this. I mean, an amazing artist. He has years under his belt. His collaborations are powerful. He's powerful, thought-provoking. I mean, just everything that I think the world needs with artistry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, everyone has their own different style, different vibe or what have you. But this right here gets me going. So y'all see my smile on my face.
Oh yeah. He's definitely
that
a
was
good
amazing.
Connection.
Yeah.
Great connection, and it lets you know too that the real hip hoppers and rap artists, the real deal guys, are still out there working.
And for the real deal, because not to take away from the current,
right.
But I mean the ones who paved the way.
The one that's tried and true. And paved the way, and like you said, not to say that the other guys are not either, but it's always good that the whole team is still working. Yeah, I want more of this. Right. It's just, I think this thing is making people come out and be more creative than ever. I think people are really making things happen more than ever because I think what's happening. We realize how precious life truly is. And it's making people really step outside of themselves, and because we were comfortable, right. Being comfortable, you stop being progressive. Right. Yeah, so I'm loving how this is. A lot of people are really evolving, and prayers to those who are not handling this well because the suicide rate has increased. So my condolences to all the families who've lost loved ones over this. But for those who are standing strong and they're taking this as a time of creativity and to evolve, this is simply amazing. And we can go on and on and on. But you know what? We're at the top of the hour. We got breaking beats coming up. Right. But you know, CBD kind of works out with the anxiety stuff.
Yeah.
The CBD oil.
I take CBD for my anxiety. Okay, all right. Okay. Well, look, you guys, it has been an amazing show. Shout out to King Belly. Shout out to Westcoast Kam. You guys go check out both of these amazing artists. You have a new artist, and we got I don't want to say old school. We got an artist from around the way. All right. So you guys, please check them out. You have been locked into the Embodiment Underground Radio, and we have taken control.
Monster kill.
What's up? It's your boy Primetime 1010, man. 2 Series ENT. You're now locked in with me. Listen to the sound of the underground. Ugh.
Looting and firing continue to spread throughout Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx of this eerily dark night in New York City tonight.
I live my life one day at a time. Hold my head so I don't lose my mind. Sometimes you might fall down, but you get back.